Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Just want to start this video off by paying my respects to Claude, formerly of AFTV, who unfortunately passed away this week. Big character in the community, the football YouTubing community. Everybody knows Claude, everybody knows AFTV. Big character. It's been heartbreaking this week, everybody included, everybody in this world. Claude featured on this channel numerous times and was always a great character to have on. He's always spoke very highly of Newcastle. If you haven't seen those videos, go back and watch them now. Search the Magpie Channel TV, Claude AFTV on YouTube, something like that, and have a look, see what he had to say. It was always good, and that news this week was heartbreaking. So rest in peace to Claude. Hopefully we can do him a favour, and Arsenal a favour, and ourselves a favour, and beating Tottenham this weekend. Welcome back to lineup predictions. Tottenham Hotspur, the opponent, on Sunday. 2:05 kickoff, so don't tune in too early, don't tune in too late. It's 2:05. 6th in the league, Tottenham currently are. I thought they were going through a bit of a bad spell, to be fair. I remember our Tottenham fans getting a little bit pissed off at Jose Mourinho, some calling him for to be sacked. But looking at that record, they've won 4 of the last 5. The only loss that they had was the derby, the Arsenal game. I think all right. They're 20 points ahead of us, just above the relegation zone. I think 2 points we are currently ahead of Fulham with a game in hand, so every point counts now. I mean, I'm not even going to fucking waffle on too much because we know how valuable points are, but where are they going to come from? Probably not Tottenham. The last few games, I've been looking back to about 2018, 2017 when we got promoted. Each game's been pretty close. It's been like 1 goal in it, 1 goal each way, like a 1-1 to either team, 1-0 to either team, or a 1-1. 2-1, I think Tottenham won 1 game earlier on a few years ago. It's always been close this season. 1-1 at their place. A late controversial VAR decision penalty from Callum Wilson and heroics from Carl Darlow kept us in that game, got us that point. The last time we played each other at St James's Park, it wasn't so close. It was 3-1 to Tottenham, the biggest gap that there's been since we got back into the Premier League a few years ago. So, you know what it is? I've had a couple of weeks off. International break. It's been absolutely lovely because I haven't been watching Gareth Southgate because that's almost as bad as Steve Bruce. Can't be arsed with England just as much as I can't be arsed with Newcastle. So having a couple of weeks off has been fantastic. And now here I am again talking about fucking Steve Bruce and Newcastle United trying to beat Tottenham. You know how it is. We'll get into it. So anyway, Tottenham have got Son back, potentially. Son, one of their key players, of course. He missed the last few games before the international break. He's expected to be fit for that one, so that's absolutely fantastic. At fullback, though, they've got a few injuries. Matt Doherty, Davies, and Reguilon. So 2 of their left backs are doubts, and 1 of their right backs have still got Serge Aurier. I'm pretty sure they'll have decent enough cover, decent enough to deal with Joe Linton anyway. So that's their team news, and we'll get into Brucey's press conference this morning. Obviously, Isaac Hayden, the big news from the Brighton game, out for the season, potentially along with Fabian Schär. We might see him before the end of the season, but Isaac Hayden will not be. Kind of good news, though, on Alan Saint-Maximin and Callum Wilson. We're kind of looking at this game as a target for them to come back. We're looking after the international break. We obviously got Almiron back before the international break, but was he really fit? Because he did fuck all at Brighton. He probably wasn't fit for me. Brucey says on Alan Saint-Maximin, he had a big training session 48 hours ago, came through it fine, been training for the last couple of days. And remember, this is being recorded on Friday, so we've still got today's training session and tomorrow's training session before the game on Sunday. So we've got another 2 days of training for Saint-Maximin and Wilson to try and get fit. So things may change between now and then. Hopefully they do. Brucey says Maximin could be involved, and he's the fitter of the 2 between him and Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, he's not as far along. He's been training all right for the last couple of days. But I don't think Bruce is going to risk him. It wouldn't surprise us if he risked him because he always does this. But I think they're looking more towards next week at Burnley. I think that's more of a realistic target for Wilson. And Saint-Maximin may be involved. I can see him starting from the bench. Maybe he's getting on for 10, 20 minutes at the end. And Wilson being saved for next week. But we'll see how it goes because we're now Brucey's right in the shit now, so it wouldn't surprise us if he chucked them both into the starting 11. Martin Dubravka may be a doubt. Bruce thinks he's expected to be okay. He's been ill during the week with a stomach illness. He missed Slovakia's last 2 games. He's been away on international duty, but didn't feature in the last 2. And yesterday, he also had a baby. So, paternal Dubravka. New child born yesterday. Congratulations to the Dubravkas. Me and Renty met them last season. Last year, was it Christmas? I'm in lockdown. I don't even know what year it is. What year is it? I met the Dubravkas a couple of years ago. Great couple. Really nice people. We met Martin Dubravka a couple of times. Absolutely sound. But yeah, hopefully he's fit. If not, then Caldolo's going to have to step up. As I mentioned before, his heroics in the game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium earlier in the season kept us in that game. Had a wonderful first half of the season, right up until February time, I think it was, that Martin Dubravka came back. So if Dubravka's not fit, we've got a decent enough replacement to step up. There's a few being away on international break, so we'll check the fitness on those. Kieran Clark and Jeff Hendrick represented Republic of Ireland. Emil Kraft played for Sweden as well. He was completely omitted from the Brighton game before the international break. No news on where he was. Brucey never spoke about him. Wasn't in the starting 11. Wasn't on the bench, but was away for Sweden. So hopefully he's back fit now. Jamal Lewis was also away, as was Ryan Fraser, who bagged himself a couple of goals. Brucey spoke about him in his press conference, saying how good he's been. We've been waiting for this level of fitness, this level of form for a long time now. And looks like he's finally hitting it. It'll be nice to see him play in his preferred role instead of a fucking false 9, Brucey. That'd be dead nice. And young Elliot Anderson made his England under-19s international debut and supposedly got on very, very well. So congratulations, Elliot Anderson, and well done changing from Scotland. I haven't been setting a like target for the last few weeks, but with the game being on Sunday, we've got a few more hours, an extra day to get some momentum on the videos, get some more views, get some more likes. So I'm going to set it at 250. Make sure you smash that button and don't forget to subscribe. We're over 10,000 subscribers now, on to 20. Into the prediction then, and in goal, I will say Martin Dubravka. Bruce did say he expects him to be okay, and as I mentioned before, Brucey likes to chuck people in, especially now that we're in the shit end of the season. We're fighting hard for it. Well, we're not fighting hard for relegation, but it looks like we're trying to get relegated, but nonetheless, should be playing with best players. Dubravka still does have that edge over Darlow for me, despite Darlow probably having the better of the seasons and the better of the season. The games that Dubravka's played in, he hasn't really looked overly comfortable. He hasn't really looked too steady. But yeah, Dubravka is still the better quality goalkeeper overall for me. So if he's fit, get him in. Same with right back, Javier Manquillo. He's better than Kraft, undoubtedly. It was good to see him come back in the game against Brighton before the international break. As I say, Kraft wasn't even on the bench. I don't even know where Kraft was for that game. But yeah, if Manquillo's fit, he's the best option. Even when we had Yedlin in the squad, Manquillo definitely is the best full-back option, maybe not wing-back option. But as long as we're going to play a flat-back 4, which I assume we will be, Manquillo is the man for me. And it's a funny one. Like, do we change the defence? So I probably would, but I'm going to predict sticking with the same one. Like, despite, other than the right back, when Kraft was playing, when Manquillo was injured, we played with Kraft. Lascelles, Clark, and Dummett played the last few games. I'm probably going to still say that same team, despite we're losing 3-0 to fucking Brighton, and now we're playing Tottenham. So I'm predicting this, but Fernandez has been back for a few weeks now. Hasn't been able to get into the team. Like, in fairness, Clark and Lascelles have been doing all right prior to the Brighton game, of course. So I don't know. Is it time to bring Fernandez back? I probably would. Or we're going to change out Dummett for Lewis? Maybe. I think maybe Lewis's pace might be a bit better than what Dummett would be against Tottenham. I don't know, man. It's fucking tough. Like, I don't want to see 5 at the back. That is an option. It's a very valid option, changing 5 at the back. Chucking Fernandez in alongside Lascelles and Clark and playing Lewis as a wing back. I don't know. I don't really want to see that, though. I'm a little bit stumped, which is why I'm pretty much taking the easy route here and predicting that flat back 4 of Manquillo, Lascelles, Clark and Dummett. That's just the way I see it. I just don't think Brucey's going to have any more originality than that. Like, that's just pretty much it. We'll go to the midfield, and with Hayden out, there's a decision here to make. But with the other 2, it's probably not going to be a decision. I think Brucey's quite happy with the midfield, with Hayden included. On the other side, we've got Shelvey and Joe Willock, both been playing all right recently. Like, no one played well in the Brighton game, so obviously I'm excluding that. I'm on about the 3-1-1 draws. Maybe it's a couple of games before that. Shelvey was all right. Willock was all right. That's pretty much all you're going to get from Newcastle at the minute. No one's amazing. No one's fantastic. No one definitely deserves to be in there, apart from maybe Isaac Hayden. But he's not. So who's going to replace him? Of course, it's going to be Jeff Hendrick. I would absolutely fucking love for it to not be, but knowing Brucey, it will be. Big Renty spoke about it in his match preview. Free Matty Longstaff. Where is he? I don't think he's going to play. It's either going to be Jeff or Sean. Don't want to say either of them. I'd rather we change formation. I'd rather we played 2 in midfield. 5-2-3-1. Why don't we play that? Play absolutely anything else. What was it? 4-2-3-1 or 5-2-3, something like that. I'd rather change formation than see Jeff Hendrick or Sean Longstaff start. Preferably see Matty, of course, but I've got to be realistic. I've got to see things through Brucey's eyes, and Brucey absolutely loves Jeffrey. Played some games for Republic of Ireland during the week, so I don't know if he's ready. Don't know if there's any fatigue in there. Not really bothered. But that's the prediction. That's what I thoroughly expect. Jeff Hendrick starting 11 alongside Joe Willock and John Joe Shelvey. And the front three, it's got to be Ryan Fraser. Without Saint-maximin still, maybe Saint-maximin will start. Who knows? Potentially, probably. But hopefully not at the minute if he's not fully fit. I'd rather them be rested for Burnley, to be honest. Like I say, it's Tottenham. We're not expected to get anything out of them anyway. No point rushing them in and worrying an injury. Just don't make it worse. Please just don't make it worse. Burnley is probably a bigger game in my eyes. They're still down there. I think they're about 15th now, 14th, 15th. They're still in that relegation battle. I think Brighton, Burnley, I think they're probably just out of it a little bit now. I think it's pretty much just down to us and Fulham now, which one's going to get relegated. Sheffield United and West Brom, and then either us or Fulham. Those above are just enough out of it. But this is why we need to win them games. We need to try and sucker them back in, get us out of it, pull others in, and just open it up, give ourselves the best possible chance. And I think that is going to be against Burnley, not really Tottenham. We're probably going to lose this game. If we can get a scrappy 1-1 like we did earlier in the season, then great. So, yeah, Fraser in for me. Keep Saint-maximin on the bench and Wilson at home. Fraser coming off, like Brucey says before, coming off the international break, a couple of goals, great performances, confidence, fitness, excellent. Just don't play him as a false 9. I'd rather an injured Callum Wilson be there than play fucking Ryan Fraser as a false 9. Absolutely pointless. Don't want to see it. That will be on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. I'd probably rather see Fraser on the right, to be honest, with Joe Linton on the left. Again, I would quite like to not do this. I'd rather see Saint-maximin there, but this is my prediction. This is what I think Brucey will do. Joe Linton plays games just the same as what Jeff Hendrick and Emil Kraft do. Nobody really wants to see it, but he's in there. Just got to deal with that. Yeah, Joe Linton on one side, possibly drifting to the middle, switch things up a little bit, with Almiron as the false 9. Hopefully he's had a time during the international break to get some fitness in, because you could tell that Brighton game, he was just chucked into the deep end. You could tell he wasn't fit. Nothing against his personal performance. It's Brucey that I'm pointing the finger at. He was shit, didn't get involved. We've seen that time and time again from Saint-maximin, coming back off injury, get in there. Brighton earlier in the season, a prime example. Just doesn't get in the game. Absolutely pointless playing injured players. But yeah, hopefully he's had that time now to sort himself out, get some fitness in. Hopefully he's beyond the training pitch, getting himself sorted, getting them energy levels up. So, Almiron is a good false 9. I do like it. He's not a striker by any means, but when we started this 4-3-3 formation with Maxi on the left and Wilson on the right, Almiron was in the form of his life. He was absolutely class. Will he be the same with Joe Linton outside of him? Maybe not. That's why I said before, Joe Linton may drift inside with Almiron replacing him out wide. That's to be seen, but with fitness and stuff and knowing how Brucey's mind ticks, this is my prediction. We've got the likes of Murphy and Richie on the bench, Gale and Carroll who may come in, but this is my Brucey prediction. We'll have a look at my bench then, and I've got Carl Darlow and Federico Fernandez, Emil Kraft, Jamal Lewis, Matt Ritchie, and Jacob Murphy, Saint-Maximin, Gale, and Carroll, which excludes for me a centre midfielder. Maybe the best thing to do here would be just to rope one of the Longstaffs in, preferably Matty, of course, but more likely Sean, and just keep Saint-Maximin out, keep Saint-Maximin and Wilson at home, get them back into the training pitch, get their fitness up, ready for Burnley. We need to have that edge. Hopefully they're both fit enough to start next week. So yeah, I would love to see Saint-Maximin. Honestly, I really, really would, for 10, 15 minutes at the end, 20 minutes if he's got the legs for it. But I don't know. It's probably best just to not and have a central midfield option there. So yeah, Sean Longstaff to come in there in place of Saint-Maximin. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Put your comments in below. Give me your lineup prediction and a score prediction. I'm scared to give my score prediction. I'd probably just replicate what happened last season and probably say 3-1 Tottenham. I can't see we're getting anything out of this. If we do, it's going to be really, really scrappy and stinky, just as it was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium earlier in the season. So yeah, that's mine, 3-1 Tottenham, and that's my lineup prediction. Thanks for watching, everyone. Come back on Sunday for the live watch-along and all the lovely post-match content, because it will be back. No more bullshit 8 o'clock kickoffs for the rest of the month. Come on, enjoy yourself.